Hey, it's Gabe with API Nation. Today I'm going to show you how you can sync LeadConnector with Constant Contact so that all those contact and leads you have in your database will automatically get added to your email newsletter. You don't have to import, export, download, upload, copy, paste, none of that. Your email newsletter list is always up to date with your latest contacts and leads. Super easy to set this up too. Let me show you. The first thing you're going to do is go to apination.com. You can click on Discover Connections. You're going to see a ton of different apps here, marketing apps, productivity apps. I'm going to scroll down until I get to L for LeadConnector. There it is right there. Click on that and I can see all the apps I can connect through LeadConnector here. So you can see here at the top is Constant Contact, but we also have video messaging through Dub. We have CRMs like KV Core, LionDesk, even KW Command. So take a look around. If you're using any of these other apps here, use that LeadConnector to connect them. So I'm going to go through Constant Contact. And here you can see there's actually two different syncs available. I can do Constant Contact into my database through LeadConnector or LeadConnector to Constant Contact. You can see at the top is the flat rate. So it doesn't matter how many of these syncs I turn on between these two apps, it's always going to be the one flat rate. So I'm going to turn on both these syncs here. I'm going to activate Constant Contact to LeadConnector first. So I hit activate. Step one is to create an API Nation account or sign into your API Nation account. To create one, just click this link here at the top, or you can sign in. You can also sign in with your Google account. I'm going to do that. Once you sign into your API Nation account, you're just going to connect Constant Contact. Very simple. Hit connect. It's going to take you out to Constant Contact where you sign in. There we go. You're now signed in. I'm going to go ahead and connect LeadConnector. Hit this button. It's going to take me to sign in, and it'll also show me the accounts I can connect through LeadConnector. I'm going to choose this headquarters account. All right. And now you can see I have this account available to connect. So I'm going to select it. Great. So now we're ready to set up the sync. The first question is, where do I want these leads to come from Constant Contact? You remember we're setting up the first sync, Constant Contact to LeadConnector. Right after this, we'll set up LeadConnector into Constant Contact. So I'm going to go ahead and create a new list here at the bottom, and I'm going to call this LeadConnector. So now I'll have a list in Constant Contact, and anybody who gets added to that list will automatically get added to my database through LeadConnector. I have this option here to sync all contacts on first run. That means if I have people in that list already, I can have them added to my database right now. Here in LeadConnector, I have this option, don't overwrite information. So if the lead currently exists in my database and I add it to Constant Contact, should I overwrite with that information from Constant Contact, or should I just fill in the blanks? I'm going to go ahead and fill in the blanks and hit subscribe. We've set up the sync. We haven't activated it yet. There's this button at the top to activate it. We're just going to do one final check. We're sending contacts from our LeadConnector list into LeadConnector. There's a filter here. So if you want to filter exactly who's going through, get a little bit more granular, you could do that. Just choose any of the fields available in Constant Contact. For example, maybe you only want people from a certain state added to this database. You could do this, state contains AZ, and then hit save. Absolutely, that's definitely an option. I'm going to go ahead and clear that out. I want everybody from that list added. Come down here to mapping, and we do most of this for you. You can see first name, last name, email. You can do things like add full name. So all I'll do here is add a first name, and then add a space and last name. There we go. Now I have a full name coming through. If there's anything else you want added, just hit this plus sign, search for the field you want, and plug it in. This looks good though. I'm going to go to the top and activate this sync. All right, so the sync is now running, and I'm going to set up the second half of this sync, LeadConnector to Constant Contact. So I'll just click this LeadConnector logo. It's going to shortcut right to the LeadConnector syncs. And I'm just going to choose Constant Contact again. And because I've already connected both of these apps, it's just going to take me right through them so I can select them. Here we go, activate this sync. We're going to select the LeadConnector and Constant Contact account. Here we are again on our setup screen. Do I want to send everybody from my database into a mailing list? This is a great idea if you're trying to build out a new mailing list and you have a bunch of people in your database that you haven't gotten around to putting on your email newsletter yet. Just click this button. It's going to push them all through. And we're going to choose that list. I'm going to go ahead and choose that LeadConnector list again and subscribe. Again, we're just doing a final check. All contacts are going over. We're exporting everybody into Constant Contact, building out that newsletter list. I could filter again. Maybe I even want to filter by something like tags. Definitely an option. Here's that mapping. All this again is done for you, but if there's anything else you want to add, you go ahead and add it. I'm gonna go to the top and activate this sync. All right, so this sync is now up and running. The second half, now any contacts I add to my database will automatically get added to that newsletter list. So there it is. That's how you sync LeadConnector to Constant Contact. Now all the contacts I had in my database are automatically added to my newsletter, and anybody I add to my newsletter are also added back to my database, so I can follow up with them there. If you have any questions or need any assistance, give us a phone call, shoot us an email. We're API Nation, connecting the world's applications. We love doing this stuff.